Miss Ellis. My name is Joy Wilson. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. I'm having some things that are making me feel anxious, but other than that, I would say I'm well.
Okay. Well, you want to tell me about that?
I'm having a lot of changes come up in my life, with like graduation and moving, and I really don't like change, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Okay. So what about change makes you uncomfortable?
I hate it.
Well, what makes you hate it?
It's change. I don't like it because things are different than they were before,
Okay.
and everything should be the same like it once was.
Okay. And you mentioned you believe you may have some anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So are you okay if I ask you a few questions about that?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to ask you a series of questions, and you can answer them not at all, mildly, moderately, or severely. And so just think about, the things you've experienced within the past 30 days,
Okay.
including today. So my first question is, have you experienced any numbness or tingling?
No, not at all.
Okay. Have you been feeling hot?
Not at all.
Okay. What about wateliness in legs?
Not at all.
Have you felt like you were unable to relax in the past 30 days?
Severely.
Severely? Have you had a fear of the worst happening?
Severely.
Have you experienced any dizziness or lightheadedness?
Not at all.
What about heart pounding or racing?
Not at all.
Have you felt unsteady lately?
Not at all.
Have you felt terrified or afraid in the past 30 days?
Severely.
Have you felt nervous in the past 30 days?
Severely.
Have you felt any feelings of choking?
Not at all. Sorry.
That's okay, Miss Ellis. Do you need to take that?
No.
Are you sure? I don't mind if we can stop for a moment if you need to.
No, it's okay.
Okay. And have you experienced your hands trembling in the past 30 days?
Not at all.
What about shaky or unsteady?
Not at all.
Do you have a fear of losing control?
Mildly.
In the past 30 days, have you experienced difficulty breathing outside of something like a medical condition?
Not at all.
In the past 30 days, have you had a fear of dying?
Not at all.
Have you felt scared?
Mildly.
Have you experienced indigestion in the past 30 days that is not caused by a medical diagnosis?
Not at all.
In the past 30 days, have you fainted or felt lightheaded?
Not at all.
Have you experienced your face feeling flushed?
Not at all.
Have you had cold or hot sweats in the past 30 days?
Not at all.
So that's all my questions, Miss Ellis. Before I further explain anything, do you have any questions about the questions that I asked you?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I'll just explain to you a little bit. So with the questions, I will tally up to see like what your experience is in each section. And then from there, depending on how you rate, it will let me know if you're experiencing a low anxiety, moderate anxiety, or high anxiety.
Okay.
And so kind of once I finish the assessment, I'll reach back out to you and we'll talk about some things that we can do to help you cope.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Wilson. I really appreciate your time today.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Miss Ellis. It's nice to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good. So I was able to go through your assessment, and through going through your assessment, I see that your anxiety levels are fairly low, but I know you said you're experiencing some anxiety, and so we don't want that anxiety to raise. So let's kind of talk about some things a little bit. The first thing I wanted to address is, what are your current coping skills?
Non-existent.
Okay. And why do you feel that they're non-existent?
I mean, I feel like I have good coping skills, but like sometimes my coping skills are just to like turn everything off and then just lay down in my bed for 3 days. So, avoidance is a coping skill that I have. And I need to work on those.
Okay. And so I know you talked about avoidance being a coping skill, but you also stated that you don't think that's a healthy coping skill. Have you ever considered counseling to maybe learn some healthy coping skills?
I have, but I'm kind of afraid.
And what makes you afraid of counseling?
I don't want to feel judged.
And what would make you feel judged?
Sometimes it's hard to find counselors. I think finding a counselor of color can be difficult, and it might be harder for someone that's not the same like race or ethnicity to like relate to some of the things I say or like why I think the way that I think.
Okay.
And I've had counseling before, and it wasn't as good as I felt like I could have had like a real connection with somebody like a Black woman.
Okay. So it sounds like you are concerned with the cultural aspects of counseling. You don't want to have to explain yourself because of your culture to someone. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So how would you feel if I was able to provide you with a list of counselors who are Black females?
That would be awesome and very, very helpful.
Great.
Thank you.
Awesome. I will do that for sure. My next question, just because, counseling sometimes can be a slow start, but it is very important to have a support system. Do you feel that you have a healthy support system?
Yes, I have my best friend, and her name is Summer.
Summer, okay. And do you have any other supports outside of Summer?
I have another best friend, and her name is Autumn, and my family are stressful but supportive.
Okay, good. Well, it sounds like you have a healthy support system. It sounds like you want to get started in counseling and that you can definitely see the benefit of counseling, but you just wanted to make sure it's with someone who you don't feel judged by. Okay, well, I appreciate you coming in, Miss Ellis.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for speaking with me today. I really feel better.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.